Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Time and money to have the best experiences out of your life. So in today's video, we are going to discuss something important and something that seems very far-fetched or rather very far off from the time you are currently at. That is retirement. For most of my audience, that is in the age group of 20 to 30, for most of us, the retirement or the word of retirement or even the thought of retirement seems like it is something very alien and something very far off. And many of you might feel that this is something that is not an issue and is not something that you should worry about. But the truth is that every one of us will face this at some point or the other, assuming we live on until then. So first of all, let's define retirement. Various people have varied definition on retirement. Some of them think that once you stop earning, that is retirement. Some of you think that once you are not healthy to work more, that is retirement. And most of us have the definition that once you reach the age of, let's say, 58, 60 or 65 is when you retire. And few of them have the definition that once their dependents and their children have grown up and they are well settled in their own life, that is when you achieve retirement. But the most commonly accepted way of defining retirement is that is the point when you as an individual would decide to reduce working or to stop completely altogether. So retirement is basically something when you either stop working or reduce working, either for various reasons, be it health reasons or age, or you want to explore something more additionally over and above the normal course of business or normal course of your career. And something that is very closely tied up with retirement is financial planning and financial independence. In a very simple sense, financial independence is when you as a person are able to sustain your lifestyle indefinitely or for a very long period of time without even lifting your finger. That is, your investments will generate enough and more return so that it can easily cover all the expenses that you might incur on a day-to-day basis, and maybe have some more left over for either reinvestment or something to have much more fun with. And another important point to note over here is that lifestyle design. That is, you will have to first actively decide and choose what is the expected lifestyle that you want to expect currently as well as in future, and then plan accordingly and adapt your retirement as well as your whole life around it. It should not be the other way around, wherein you first decide on financials and then decide your lifestyle. I personally feel first you should decide on your lifestyle that you want to live and then plan around it and build financials around it. It could require you to do much more greater work in your younger age or maybe even in future age, much more hustle, hard work, smart work, etc. to try to achieve to this goal. And when we are discussing on the topic of retirement, I want you to introduce to early retirement, or rather a concept which is little new to India and which is a growing community in the Western world. That is FIRE, Financially Independent Retire Early, FIRE. So here the goal of the people in this community is that at a very young age, that is maybe in their late 20s or early 30s or maybe in 40s, they want to retire and lead their life on their own terms without relying on a career, a job, a business, etc., and do something that they may not like, or if for that matter even something that might be stressful and which even though they like, it is too much to handle. And then again in this FIRE, there are three main categories. There are much more, but the three main are lean FIRE. That is, you try to reduce your cost of living and live below your means. Let's say on a normal basis, you were spending 50,000 rupees per month. On lean basis, you might try to cut down the expenses by 60-80% in some cases. So instead of 50,000, you might spend 10-20,000 and try to sustain your lifestyle in such a way that it falls within that range. And then next is fat fire. As the name suggests, you want to have a much more lavish life than the life you are currently living, or maybe want to continue a lavish life that you currently have indefinitely. Let's say you're spending 50,000 again in the same example, and your target is to have such a lifestyle that it will cost you, let's say, 1 lakh rupees per month. In that situation, these fat fire movement people want to have such large enough nest egg that this will help them to sustain such lavish lifestyle with inflation adjusted cost, and then they want to live in such a lifestyle indefinitely. And then third is somewhere in between, that is barista fire. This name was popularized by the people who started working rather in coffee shops and Starbucks as baristas. That is, they had enough money to sustain and cover most of their expenses, and because they retired from their day to day and normal job, they had enough time on their hand, and they took up jobs of part time baristas or any other part time jobs which they found satisfaction and not necessarily too much headache and something that is too much stressful and something that they hated altogether. And this was a combination of which in such a way that with this reduced income level as well, they are able to sustain their lifestyle because of the savings and investment that they have already generated and built, and that will help them to match up that lifestyle that they expect. And now, when we are on the topic of retirement, we will have to know how much money should you have saved so as to have a decent and good enough lifestyle. A simple thumb rule over here is called 4% rule. That is, let's say your monthly expenses is 50,000 rupees and annually this will be 6 lakh rupees. So if you want to retire, you want to have 25 times the annual income. That is, in today's day, if you want to retire as of now and your annual expenditure is 6 lakh rupees, then your estimated savings and your estimated investment in stock market should be around 1.5 crore rupees. Again, this might seem a lot, and in the next segment of this video we will see how to build up that nest egg, so ensure to stick around. So this 1.5 crore is a thumb rule, and there can be various factors which will affect this. For example, first and foremost is with respect to social security and safety in the country that you reside in. In India, the social security benefits are not good, so that you will not have good enough health care and few other benefits that a person in Western and few of the developed country might expect. But similarly, there is advantage of low cost of living, and so similarly you will have to weigh the pros and cons. That is, if you have a retirement savings option as well as, let's say, pension schemes and pension given out to you, or some sort of income benefit or income support that is given by the government during your retirement, plus healthcare, plus residence, plus other various supports that are given by the government and the organizations in your country, it can have a varied impact on both your expenses as well as income. So this 4% is a very simple way of understanding how much you should target for. It's definitely good to have at least 30 to 40% for a much safer way and a much more safer option to retire. And the point to note over here is that this 1.5 crore rupees or 25 times of the annual income that is suggested to have been invested is typically in a growing stock market. That is, you expect at least in the long run for that stock market to perform well and try to generate return in excess of 8 to 12%, that is inflation adjusted. And inflation is another key factor which will impact. In India and few of the developing economies, the inflation is as high as 7-8% and sometimes even 10-12%, but in a developed economy like USA, Canada, it sometimes ranges just in the range of 1, 2, 3 or sometimes 4%, which is extreme at their end. So the money that you have invested should ideally try to grow at least over and above the inflation adjusted return of 6-7% over and above. So almost certainly you can have indefinite sum of money for a very long time and live a good decent life. And before we explore how to build and what are the options available, another key point to note over here is that debt free lifestyle. That is, when you're trying to approach this point in your life that you are planning to take early retirement or even normal retirement, you should strive to not have any debts, or rather you should not have any debt and have zero balance in any kinds of loan, be it credit card, auto loan, home loan, personal loan, or any other loan that you can think of. And to understand a little more deeper insight, go check out the video on debt that I have already made. It will give you a little more insightful view on how you can think and develop your perspective. And now coming to the most important part, how to build it and what are the options available to build this retirement nest egg. First and foremost, to build this kind of investment corpus, so there are two options available. One is reducing your expenses and living below your means. Let's say you are earning 20,000, 30,000 rupees per month, and you should try to bring down your expenses to a much lower level so that you are able to save at least some portion. Initially, when you are earning low, it might look too much of a burden and might impact your lifestyle, but the aim is that to have at least a good or a decent life in future, you need to have built up a good amount of investment corpus, so that in future when you are not able to work or you do not wish to work, you will be able to sustain your lifestyle at least to some extent and safeguard yourself financially. And next option is increasing your income. Both of these seem very easy on paper and to say it out, but implementation is difficult. I completely understand. Ensure to check out my Telegram channel and join this channel where you can have a discussion with me as well, and you can learn how you can try to do this. Definitely there will be some amount of effort needed from your end, and you will have to strive for it actively. And increasing your income can be in various form. It could be neither upskilling yourself, or you can switch your jobs if you think that you are getting underpaid, and doing market research in terms of how much is the average pay rate and how much you can expect to earn, and you see if you are getting paid lower than the average and switch to a much more higher paying job. And other option can be building businesses, side hustles, and other income generating options. And when these two are being set, you will have to ensure to invest the difference. And investment should be in such a way that whatever you're earning you should invest, and whatever is left you should spend. It should not be the other way around, wherein whatever you earn you first spend, and then if something is left then you invest. It should not be that way. It will not help you build financial discipline. And you might not be able to retire. Here I will like to give a small example. One of a person that I know, he earns several lakh rupees per month, but he's still not able to retire because of the expensive lifestyle that they have. They will not be able to sustain the current lifestyle that they are having, and have enormous consumer debts, which is not going to help them anyway. And all of them are depreciating assets, be it expensive electronic goods, vehicles, etc. And now briefly let's just see what are the options available to invest this and build this corpus. So first and foremost is real estate, that is near and dear to many Indians. And here you will have to differentiate between owning your house versus real estate investment. Owning your house many a times is not an investment and sometimes can prove to be a liability, and but rather if this is a real estate investment, it can help you generate income in terms of regular monthly rentals, and then along with that some amount of capital appreciation, wherein in the long run if you want to sell at a future date, it can give you some amount of return. But here you will have to be careful of pros and cons. Again, check out the video on renting versus buying. And then second is stock market investment. It need not necessarily just be individual stocks that you buy on a personal level. It could also range from mutual fund investment to other managed funds. And the third option available is various retirement savings account. In various countries there are various schemes developed and built in such a way that to help people, individual people, to build their retirement savings and ensure a healthy decent life. So mainly tax retirement accounts can be divided into three types. First and foremost is tax deferred account. That is, today you will invest in such a way that whatever you are investing today will not be taxed under your normal income. And at the retirement, when you pull out this investment and the corpus, or at that point, depending on that income level, you will be taxed. And second option is you will pay tax right now as well, and then you invest, and then whenever this money grows and when you pull out again, you pay tax on that as well. And third, which is very near and dear to everyone and everyone wants to look out for, that is you invest tax free amount today. That is, before you pay tax you invest in that, and even at retirement or whenever you pull that under terms and condition, even then all these are tax free and you need not have to pay a single penny. And these will differ country to country. In India, options available under different buckets are EPF, PPF, National Pension Scheme, and various other smaller schemes that are being built by the government. Along with these three main types of retirement savings account, you can also look at various options that might be available, and maybe niche schemes which I might have missed out. Ensure to comment down below as well as let me know in the Telegram channel. With that, this has been a very quick introduction for you to start thinking about retirement. I will ensure to do much more detailed video on each of these topics and little more detailed analysis which can help you. So with that, I hope that this video has been quite insightful and is helping you to have an open mind and think little more deeply and in a much more broader way what retirement can be and how you can start thinking about it right from now. Even though it might be a very small amount, try to start it and bump up the amount each and every year and try to increase it as much as you can and plan accordingly. There is no greater satisfaction in knowing that you have achieved financial independence at least, and then decide either to retire or not depending on how you are liking the work, how you can handle the stress and various other factors. So that will be a really great point to be in, and you can enjoy your life in true meaning and you can enjoy life in true sense. With that, I will see you soon. Timon.